Kana na. Karon pa ulahi ang alarm. Ta.
With hearts full of excitement, we prepare for our journey to Butuan City and now step out from our home to begin this adventure.
An. Oh. Oh.
We stand on the roadside, the journey unfolding as we await a tricycle to carry us to the terminal and onward by bus. We're now riding a tricycle, the sun already high and casting warm light across the streets of Surigao. It's 9:30 in the morning, just the right time to begin our journey with energy and anticipation. As we weave through familiar roads, the gentle hum of the tricycle blends with the sounds of daily life around us, vendors setting up, neighbors chatting, and the occasional breeze brushing past. Each turn of the wheel brings us closer to the terminal, where the next leg of our adventure awaits, a bus ride that will carry us onward to Butuan City. There's a quiet thrill in motion, a sense of purpose as we leave home behind and embrace the unfolding day. This ride may be short, but it marks the true beginning of a trip filled with stories yet to be written. We're still on the tricycle, cruising through a stretch of road that feels longer than expected, about 5 kilometers from home to the terminal. The ride hums steadily beneath us, winding through neighborhoods, crossing intersections, and passing familiar sights along the way. It's a journey that gives us time to soak in the surroundings, feel the warmth of the mid-morning sun, and reflect on the adventure ahead. Though it's just a short leg of the trip, the distance reminds us that every kilometer counts when you're chasing moments and memories. Butuan City awaits, and this tricycle ride is our first stride toward it. As we draw closer to the land transport terminal, the streets begin to shift, more bustling, more alive with movement. The tricycle hums steadily beneath us, weaving through the morning traffic as we approach the next phase of our journey. There's a quiet anticipation in the air, knowing that soon we'll step off and board the bus that will carry us onward to Butuan City. Around us, vendors call out, passengers gather with bags in hand, and the terminal slowly comes into view, a familiar hub of motion and possibility. This moment, though simple, marks a meaningful transition from the comfort of home to the open road ahead.
A few moments later.
We finally arrived at the land transport terminal, the first major stop in our journey to Butuan City. After a steady 5-kilometer tricycle ride through the heart of Surigao, we step into the familiar buzz of the terminal. Passengers lining up, buses idling, vendors calling out with snacks and drinks. The sun is high, casting golden light across the pavement as we gather our things and prepare for the next leg. There's a sense of movement all around, a rhythm of travel that pulses through the crowd. This moment marks a shift from local roads to long-distance travel, from the comfort of home to the excitement of the open road. The bus awaits, and with it, the promise of new sights, stories, and memories ahead. We're now at the land transport terminal, having made our way here through one of two familiar local rides, a tricycle or a multicab, depending on what's available and convenient. Whether it's the steady hum of a tricycle weaving through narrow streets or the shared rhythm of a multicab cruising along the main road, each ride offers its own slice of Surigao's morning energy. Covering around 5 kilometers, the journey to the terminal is a blend of motion, scenery, and anticipation. Now, as we wait for the next bus bound for Butuan City, we take a moment to breathe in the atmosphere. Passengers gathering, conductors calling out destinations, and the subtle excitement of travel hanging in the air. The road ahead is calling, and we're ready to answer. We've already secured a bus for our journey to Butuan City, and now we're simply waiting for the scheduled departure. With some time to spare, we decided to enjoy an early lunch at a nearby restaurant, recharging before the long ride ahead. The terminal buzzes with movement and voices, but inside the restaurant there's a calm moment to sit, share a meal, and reflect on the morning's progress. It's a comforting pause in the middle of travel where the aroma of freshly cooked food blends with the anticipation of the road. Soon we'll be boarding the bus and continuing our adventure. But for now, this quiet meal is a welcome part of the journey. After having lunch inside the terminal, we felt refreshed and ready to continue our journey. That short break gave us time to relax and prepare for what's ahead. After having lunch inside the terminal, we found ourselves with a bit more time before the scheduled departure. The wait gave us a chance to settle in, observe the flow of travelers, and take care of small necessities, like a quick visit to the restroom. It's one of those quiet, practical moments in travel that often goes unnoticed but adds comfort to the journey. With everything sorted and the bus still waiting, we now return to our seats, ready for the road ahead. Butuan City is just a few hours away, and each step, no matter how small, brings us closer to the heart of the adventure. The bus is now nearly full, with passengers settling into their seats, bags tucked away, and quiet conversations filling the air. The energy inside is a mix of anticipation and calm, each traveler carrying their own reason for the journey, their own destination, their own story. We found our seats and made ourselves comfortable, watching as the final few passengers climb aboard. Outside, the terminal continues to buzz, but inside the bus there's a growing sense of motion. The engine rumbles to life, and with a gentle lurch, we begin to roll forward. It's officially time to depart. The road to Butuan City stretches ahead, and with it, the promise of new sights, quiet reflections, and the unfolding rhythm of travel.
Dạ.
Natulog palit. Natulog palit o kok na na. Oh. Friend mini jack.
Basit.
Foto ticket. Ticket. Oh, ulay. Oh.
Uy, sa okay na tsunami lagi daw. Kano ka diri?
Kamu siguro mag-tsunami ito sa balay.
Kano ka na tsunami lagi? Sanding đều đấy. Hmm?
The bus is nearly full now, with passengers settling into their seats and the conductor making final preparations. We're comfortably seated inside, grateful for the cool air of the air-conditioned cabin, a welcome relief from the warmth outside. The gentle hum of the engine and the soft breeze from the vents create a calm, cozy atmosphere as we wait for departure. Outside, the terminal continues to buzz with movement, but inside there's a quiet anticipation. The doors close, the engine roars to life, and we begin to roll forward, slowly exiting the terminal. It's officially time to hit the highway and rock and roll toward Butuan City. The journey is in motion, and the road ahead is ours to explore.
Wala man? Oo. Bago pa man? Sige. Dala to?
Saan mo gupit?
Gupit.
Saan mo sana yung box? Ano ba po?
Naman, wala mga group chat na istorya.
Dili, isang saan mo yun.
Na ilang mga damit dito.
Siyempre ka ito?
Sa ako po. Saan mo sa box?
Mo gani, sa mila istorya na ilang damages.
As the bus rolls out of the terminal and begins to pick up speed, we ease into the rhythm of the highway. The air-conditioned cabin hums quietly, offering comfort as the scenery starts to shift. On the right side of the road, we catch sight of the airport, its runway stretching out beside us, its towers standing tall against the midday sky. It's a familiar landmark, a symbol of movement and connection, reminding us that every journey, whether by land or air, begins with a single step. The bus glides past, and we continue forward, surrounded by open roads, scattered clouds, and the quiet excitement of heading toward Butuan City. The adventure is officially underway.
Nga, okay naman po.
Wala eh. YouTube na YouTube. Ha? Load na ulit ako. May load. Ulit ako eh.
Ay.
Ha? Ay, siya mo diay. Sa hero mo to iya?
As the bus glides along the highway, we enter a quieter stretch of the journey, far from the noise of the terminal and the bustle of city streets. The road ahead is calm and open, with only a few vehicles passing by, allowing us to settle into the rhythm of travel. On both sides, the surroundings are lush with trees, tall, green, and gently swaying in the breeze. It's a peaceful scene, almost like nature is escorting us forward. The air-conditioned cabin offers comfort, while the view outside paints a picture of serenity. This part of the trip feels like a gentle pause, a moment to breathe, reflect, and appreciate the beauty of the countryside as we make our way toward Butuan City.
Sir, mayong ito sir. Anak ko rin sir, pagkayan ko sir. Wala, nadunggan ako sir, checking ba itong permit? Pero, musulod mo karon dito sir, tanaw na karon. Nabunod naman karon. Kampayan naman ba sir? Kampayan na, sige ito, pagyan ko ito. Sige sir. Salamat sir, salamat. May palagyan. Bihan ko 350. Ano ba bihan lagi? Bila ka ito, digit mo niya. Sa Surigao? Sakay ito rin. Oh, magpayang na, magpayang.
As we cruise along the highway, the journey settles into a steady, unhurried rhythm, like a gentle heartbeat guiding us forward. Every so often, the bus makes brief stops at municipal bus terminals, each one offering a fleeting glimpse into the everyday lives of the communities we pass through. At every halt, a few passengers quietly step off, others climb aboard with hopeful eyes, and local vendors approach the windows with baskets of snacks, chilled drinks, and homemade treats, their voices blending with the hum of the engine. The scenery outside shifts subtly with each municipality. Clusters of modest homes, quiet streets shaded by trees, roadside sari-sari stores, and the occasional glimpse of schoolchildren in uniform or farmers tending to their fields. Though the road isn't busy, there's a quiet pulse to it, a sense of life unfolding in every direction, steady and sincere. These frequent stops add texture to the ride, reminding us that every journey is shared, every place has its own rhythm, and every passing moment holds a story waiting to be seen. In every municipality we pass through and stop over, signs of economic progress are clearly visible. Along both sides of the highway, a variety of establishments stand proudly, ranging from local eateries and convenience stores to banks, pharmacies, and commercial buildings. These structures reflect the growth and resilience of each community. The streets are alive with movement, busy people going about their daily routines, passenger vehicles loading and unloading, and private cars weaving through intersections. The road may not be crowded, but it pulses with activity and purpose. Each stop offers a glimpse into a thriving local economy, where development meets tradition and progress unfolds in the rhythm of everyday life.
Hello.
As we continue our journey, the highway gradually reveals its true character. Far from being a straight, predictable path, it winds and weaves with a rhythm all its own. The road dances through the landscape, a graceful blend of gentle curves and occasional straightaways that shape the tempo of our travel. Some bends are long and sweeping, offering panoramic views of distant hills and sun-dappled trees, while others are tight and sudden, requiring the driver's full attention and steady hands. The rare straight stretches, though brief, provide a welcome pause, just enough to let the driver ease into a moment of calm without ever losing focus. It's a road that keeps you present, never dull, yet not so demanding as to feel exhausting. Our driver maneuvers each turn with quiet confidence, his movements smooth and composed, never rushed, never strained. Outside the window, the scenery flows in harmony with the road. Trees arching over the curves like a natural canopy, hills rising and falling like waves, and the occasional glimpse of rice fields, grazing animals, or a modest home nestled in the greenery. The gentle sway of the bus, the cadence of the winding route, and the stillness of the countryside create a tranquil rhythm that soothes the senses. In this stretch of the journey, time seems to slow down, inviting us to simply observe, to breathe, and to be. It's a quiet reminder that travel is not just about reaching a destination. It's about embracing the road itself, and the stories it tells with every curve, every rise, and every turn along the way.
Oh, alegria, alegria.
Another terminal, again we stop over, and this time we find ourselves in the municipality of Alegria, quietly nestled within the province of Surigao del Norte. The atmosphere here is noticeably subdued, less movement, fewer vendors, and a slower rhythm compared to the previous stops. Alegria carries a quiet dignity, but its economic activity feels muted, almost overshadowed by the neighboring municipality just down the road. That next stop, municipality of Kitcharao, belongs to a different province, Agusan del Norte, and stands in stark contrast with its more progressive pace. Kitcharao pulses with visible development, more establishments, busier streets, and a stronger commercial presence. Alegria, by comparison, seems to exist in the shade of that progress, its growth tempered by proximity to a more dominant neighbor. Yet there's something sincere about Alegria's stillness. The terminal may be modest, but the people are warm, and the surroundings, lined with trees and quiet homes, offer a peaceful pause in the journey. It's a reminder that not all municipalities grow at the same pace, and that every stop, whether bustling or quiet, adds its own texture to the road we travel. As the bus idles briefly, we take in the calm, knowing that each place, no matter how silent, has its own story, shaped by geography, history, and the quiet resilience of its people.
Oh, Kitcharao na, Kitcharao.
Dito na sa kuan. Bungga. Di mo yun, ikaw, hindi ka.
Municipality of Kitcharao. Nestled in the highlands of northeastern Mindanao, the municipality of Kitcharao in Agusan del Norte began as a quiet settlement surrounded by dense forests and fertile lands near the shores of Lake Mainit, the fourth largest lake in the Philippines. Before its formal establishment, the area was part of the municipality of Jabanga, inhabited by indigenous Mamanwa and Manobo communities who lived in harmony with nature, practicing swidden agriculture and fishing. In the early 1960s, as settlers from the Visayas and Luzon migrated to Mindanao under government resettlement programs, Kitcharao's population grew rapidly. The need for localized governance became clear, prompting the creation of the municipality through Republic Act No. 3842, signed on August 29, 1963. The name Kitcharao is believed to have originated from a native term, or possibly a tribal leader's name, though its exact etymology remains part of local lore. The town's early years were marked by rugged development. Roads were carved through hills, schools and barangay halls were built, and agriculture flourished. Coconut, rice, corn, and root crops became staples of the local economy, while the lake and surrounding forests provided fish, timber, and natural beauty. Over time, Kitcharao grew into a modest yet resilient community, composed of 11 barangays, each with its own character and traditions. Despite its landlocked geography, Kitcharao maintained strong ties with neighboring towns like Santiago and Jabonga, and its people became known for their hospitality, resourcefulness, and deep connection to the land. Today, Kitcharao continues to evolve, balancing tradition with modernization, preserving its cultural heritage while embracing new opportunities in education, infrastructure, and sustainable development.
Ha? Ha, may layo sa terminal dito.
Layo
Bus
sa
stop?
terminal.
Bus stop rin mo.
Ang anay ko, narato mo sa tulay.
Oo, dito rin po. Bus stop.
Bus stop ko. Pagkakit ko naramas tulay ang bus stop niya. Tabok tulay.
Ang terminal daw si katulong stoplight, no?
Oo, tama dito. Ang bus stop, pag tabok mo sa tulay, naidaan diri. Naidaan anay ko.
As the bus begins its slow ascent along the steep, winding road, you can feel the engine rumbling beneath your feet, its steady growl echoing through the quiet hills of Kitcharao. This elevated stretch, though seemingly remote, remains very much within the municipality's embrace. Modest roadside eateries with their colorful signage and open-air seating invite travelers to pause, rest, and savor a warm meal while taking in the view. The air grows cooler with each turn, and the scent of grilled meat and freshly brewed coffee drifts from the roadside kitchens, mingling with the earthy aroma of mountain soil and forest breeze. Locals wave from porches and storefronts, their smiles as familiar and comforting as the landscape itself. It's a place where time seems to slow, and every curve of the road feels like a gentle reminder that you're still home. To your right, the scenery opens up in dramatic fashion. The hillside drops away, revealing a sweeping overlook of Kitcharao's central community below. From this vantage point, the town unfolds like a living canvas. Clusters of rooftops nestled among trees, winding paths connecting barangays, and the quiet rhythm of daily life pulsing gently in the valley. The view is both humbling and heartwarming, a testament to the town's resilience and quiet beauty. As the bus continues its climb, inching upward with determination, you're reminded of the strength it takes to rise, whether on wheels or in spirit. This road, this view, this moment, it's Kitcharao in motion, grounded in tradition, elevated by grace, and always moving forward. As the bus begins its descent from the high hills of Kitcharao, the journey takes on a quieter, more reflective tone. The engine hums steadily, its low rumble echoing through the winding curves of the mountain road. The air shifts, cool and crisp at the summit, now gently warming as the elevation drops. To your right, the landscape opens into a breathtaking vista, a sweeping view of Lake Minette, its vast waters shimmering beneath the afternoon sun. From this elevated vantage point, the lake stretches far into the horizon, framed by distant mountains and fringed by quiet communities. Its surface glistens like glass, reflecting the sky in hues of silver and blue. Small fishing boats dot the water, barely visible from this height, like brushstrokes on a living canvas. The shoreline curves gracefully, hugging the edges of towns that seem to whisper stories of resilience and quiet joy. The descent feels like a slow glide through layers of memory and terrain. Roadside eateries and modest establishments appear along the way, their colorful signage and open-air seating inviting travelers to pause and savor a warm meal with a view. Locals wave from porches and storefronts, their smiles as familiar as the hills themselves. This stretch of road is more than a passage. It's a moment of connection. The view of Lake Minette from the hillside reminds you of the deep bond between land and water, between elevation and community. Whether you're a visitor or a returning local, this glimpse feels like a gift, a quiet reminder that Kitcharao is not just a place, but a story in motion, grounded in tradition, elevated by grace, and always moving forward. With our long journey behind us, hours of winding roads, shifting landscapes, and quiet reflection, we finally arrived at the city of Cabadbaran, the proud capital of Agusan del Norte. The transition from rural hills to urban rhythm is subtle yet striking. As the bus rolls into the city, the air feels different, warmer, more vibrant, filled with the hum of daily life and the quiet dignity of a place steeped in history. Cabadbaran welcomes us with tree-lined streets, heritage homes, and the gentle bustle of locals going about their day. It's a city that doesn't shout. It speaks in soft tones, through ancestral architecture, smiling faces, and the scent of freshly cooked meals drifting from roadside eateries. Known as the City of Golden Hearts, Cabadbaran lives up to its name with every handshake, every wave, every quiet nod of welcome. Its story stretches back centuries. Archaeological finds suggest human settlement here as early as 1200 AD. During the Spanish era, it was formally established in 1867 as La Reunión de Cabadbaran, a fusion of nearby communities. Though the settlement was dissolved in 1879, the town endured and flourished, becoming a center of education, governance, and culture. Its elegant ancestral houses, many still standing, whisper stories of resilience and grace. Declared a component city in 2007 and affirmed in 2011, Cabadbaran now stands as a symbol of progress rooted in tradition. With 31 barangays, a thriving agricultural base, and a growing urban center, it balances modernity with heritage. As we step off the bus and into its heart, we're not just arriving at a destination, we're entering a living narrative, where every street corner holds memory and every moment feels like home.
Wala pa na pa kong Cabadbaran. Pasko. Pasko. Di bagyan ang sumilihon. sige tol. Tawag lang ko sa imo. Sige tol. Sige tol. Salamat.
Ngồi ihi ah.
As we entered the terminal in the city of Cabadbaran, a new rhythm greeted us, livelier, faster, and full of movement. Our eyes were immediately drawn to the vibrant array of businesses lining the streets, eateries bustling with locals, sari-sari stores stacked with daily essentials, hardware shops, pharmacies, boutiques, and roadside vendors offering everything from fresh produce to handmade crafts. The city pulsed with energy, a blend of tradition and modern commerce woven into its daily life. Tricycles zipped past, their drivers calling out destinations, while pedestrians moved with purpose, weaving through the flow of vehicles and conversations. The scent of grilled street food mingled with the aroma of brewed coffee from corner cafes, creating a sensory welcome that felt both familiar and exciting. Signboards in Bisaya and English flashed with promotions, and the chatter of vendors echoed through the terminal, offering snacks, souvenirs, and stories. Cabadbaran's commercial heart was alive and open, reflecting the city's role as a provincial capital and a growing urban center. Yet, beneath the buzz of business, there was warmth, a sense of community that made every transaction feel personal. Whether you were buying a bottle of water or asking for directions, smiles came easily, and kindness flowed without hesitation. This was more than just a stop. It was a moment of arrival, a place where the journey paused and the city opened its arms. Cabadbaran, with its golden-hearted people and thriving streets, reminded us that every destination holds its own story, and we had just stepped into one worth remembering. As we pulled into the terminal of Cabadbaran City, the bus came to a gentle halt, and the rhythm of travel paused for a moment of transition. Some passengers began to disembark, their journeys ending here, greeted by waiting relatives or stepping into the city's warm embrace. Others climbed aboard, bags in hand, eyes scanning for empty seats, ready to begin their own stretch of the road. For those of us continuing on to Butuan, this stop was a welcome break. We stepped off the bus to stretch our legs, shake off the stiffness of the long ride, and breathe in the city air. Some headed to the restroom, grateful for the chance to refresh. Others wandered briefly, buying snacks from nearby vendors or simply standing still, letting the movement of the city flow around them. Even the driver took a moment, leaning back, stretching his arms, chatting with fellow drivers, or sipping a quick cup of coffee. The bus, too, seemed to rest, its engine cooling, its wheels still, as if gathering strength for the next leg of the journey. This pause in Cabadbaran wasn't just logistical, it was human. A shared moment of stillness in the middle of motion. A reminder that every journey, no matter how long, is made up of small, meaningful stops. And as we prepared to board again, the road ahead felt lighter, the destination closer, and the journey richer for the pause.
Oo. Nakuha na, tigwang. Kuha na, kuha. Ayun na.
Ulog ka saka.
Pila? Zero.
So, kuha mo na siya. May content maligya.
Okay, terus.
Papa is there. Wala Papa. Papa, it's a bus.
Dito na ka, Toyok.
Asa ka lagi?
Ya.
Ada?
Oh.
The time has come. After a brief pause in Cabadbaran's warm embrace, the bus engine roars gently back to life, and we are moving again, rolling onward toward Butuan City, the next chapter in our long journey. The wheels turn with quiet determination, and the familiar hum beneath our feet returns, signaling motion, progress, and anticipation. Outside the window, the scenery begins to shift once more. The golden light of late afternoon casts long shadows across the road, painting the landscape in hues of amber and green. The towns blur into fields, the fields into forests, and the forests into open stretches of highway. Inside the bus, passengers settle back into their seats, some drifting into sleep, others gazing out the window, lost in thought or quietly chatting with seatmates. There's a shared sense of movement now, a rhythm that binds us together. We've stretched, refreshed, and now we roll forward, not just toward a destination, but toward stories waiting to unfold. Butuan, with its rich history and vibrant pulse, awaits us. And as the road stretches ahead, so does the promise of new sights, new memories, and the quiet joy of arriving.
nasa limon. Bakit mo daw? Oo. Sige.
As we continued our journey toward Butuan City, the bus gently veered off the main highway, taking a diversion road, a temporary detour carved out to accommodate ongoing road improvements. The familiar route was under construction, with workers busy upgrading the drainage system and reconcreting the pavement to make it smoother and safer than the worn-out stretch we used to travel. The diversion road, though narrower and less polished, carried its own rhythm. We passed by construction zones where heavy machinery rumbled and dust rose in the afternoon light. Men in orange vests worked with quiet focus, laying the foundation for a better road ahead. It was a scene of progress, of transformation in motion, where the inconvenience of a detour was softened by the promise of improvement. Inside the bus, passengers swayed gently with each curve and bump, adjusting to the temporary path. Some looked out the window, watching the landscape shift from open highway to roadside vegetation and gravel. Others remained quiet, perhaps reflecting on how even in travel, change is constant and sometimes necessary. This stretch reminded us that journeys aren't always linear. Sometimes we take the longer way around, not because we're lost, but because something better is being built. And as the bus rolled forward, navigating the diversion with patience, we carried with us the quiet understanding that every detour has its purpose, and every road, old or new, leads us closer to where we're meant to be.
Sa ano?
Ito isa po dito.
Doon lagi sa ano rin?
Sa naman. Ito sa inyo.
Ako, katumblok.
After carefully navigating the tight diversion road, its narrow curves, gravel shoulders, and temporary detours, we finally found ourselves back on track. The familiar stretch of highway reappeared like an old friend, wide and smooth, welcoming us once again with open lanes and the steady rhythm of forward motion. It felt like a breath of relief. The bus eased onto the main road, its tires gliding over fresh pavement, and the hum of the engine settled into a calm, confident tone. Outside the window, the landscape opened up. Fields stretched wide, trees stood tall, and the horizon beckoned us onward. The temporary detour had tested our patience, but now the journey felt lighter, more fluid, as if the road itself was encouraging us to keep going. Passengers shifted in their seats, some gazing out with quiet appreciation, others closing their eyes to rest. The driver, now more relaxed, leaned into the wheel with renewed focus. There was a shared sense of momentum, a quiet understanding that we were once again aligned with the path ahead. This return to the highway wasn't just a physical transition, it was symbolic. A reminder that even when the road bends, narrows, or slows, there's always a way back to clarity, to progress, to the journey we set out to complete. And as we rolled forward toward Butuan City, the road beneath us felt smoother, the air fresher, and the destination closer than ever.
Pag-inog ka ina, sabayay pa man ako sa Surigao pa ako pag-inog ka ina. Oo.
Payon.
Nangan gani ako, nantawag gani ako sa imo dito na ako mapunta ka ina.
Oh, payon. Payon.
Sa Santos man hospital.
Surprise mo yung kan, pwede na malangan to sa Butuan.
Robinson man ito na daog.
Robinson man to nadaot nang sa entrance sa Robinson. Sino? SM.
Welcome to Barangay Ampayon, Butuan City, a vibrant gateway where roads intersect, stories unfold, and futures quietly take shape. Ampayon sits at a strategic crossroads where travelers from Davao City, Surigao City, and neighboring municipalities converge, pause, and pass through. It's more than a junction, it's a living artery of movement and opportunity. The national highway threads through its core, making Ampayon one of the most accessible and visible barangays in Butuan. Here, the flow of goods, people, and ideas is constant, shaping the area into a rising commercial hub. The streets pulse with activity. Hardware stores, eateries, fuel stations, banks, and educational institutions like Caraga State University and Agusan National High School line the roadsides, each one a marker of growth. Tricycles weave through traffic, vendors call out their offerings with practiced cheer, and construction projects signal a future brimming with promise. Ampayon is steadily evolving into a secondary commercial center, complementing Butuan's main district with its own brand of energy and enterprise. Yet, amid the progress, Ampayon retains its soul. Families gather under shaded trees, neighbors exchange greetings with ease, and the spirit of Butuanan hospitality flows through every corner. It's a place where tradition meets ambition, where the past is honored not as nostalgia, but as the foundation for something greater. Newly developed subdivisions rise nearby, offering modern homes to growing families. A convenience grocery store, operated by the country's largest mall chain, adds to the barangay's expanding amenities, proof that national investment sees Ampayon's potential. As we pass through, we don't just witness a barangay, we glimpse a city expanding with purpose. Ampayon is not merely a stop along the way, it is a symbol of what's to come. And in its steady rise, we feel the heartbeat of Butuan, resilient, welcoming, and always moving forward.
Sa 14, mag-uji sa dole. Andiri sa kuan sa tulay sa to magsaysay bridge dili sa magsaysay bridge sa Butuan dili pa
mahal mo ito sa Rubino ang di kuan daw
dili dito sa isa bagan na
sa city ba
pasingit pa kami oh naman di makanapon ha? Sino na negro?
Sa uban ba? Sa uban? Sa uban.
Ah, negro day na?
ay ito na akong buko yun tama ka tira ko
amo?
Renson, dito. Ay, ya, ay.
Aman dapit. 35,000 Radyo matag tubig din ha. Isahay dili ko mo tanaw sa ida ka mahadlok ako, ha? Dito pa daan sa Surigao, 11 to, dito na kami dito. Oh.
In the ever-growing landscape of Butuan City, the diversion road has become more than just an alternative route. It's a lifeline for mobility, efficiency, and progress. Buses and large trucks routinely choose this path to avoid the congestion that builds up in the city's core, especially during peak hours. For motorists who value time, this road offers a smoother, faster, and more reliable journey. It's not just a shortcut, it's a smart choice. Unlike the main highway that threads through the heart of Butuan, often slowed by traffic lights, intersections, and commercial activity, the diversion road bypasses the busiest zones. It allows vehicles to glide through with minimal interruptions, making it ideal for long-haul drivers, commuters, and travelers heading to distant destinations like Cagayan de Oro City. At its far end, this road converges with the National Highway, forming a seamless link between Butuan's urban center and the broader northern Mindanao corridor. What makes this route even more strategic is its proximity to the Butuan Airport. The entrance to the airport is located directly in front of the Rotunda Circle, a key landmark that connects air travel with road transport. Whether you're catching a flight or arriving from afar, the diversion road offers a direct, stress-free passage, no need to wrestle with city traffic. Surrounding this corridor are signs of development, new subdivisions, commercial establishments, and convenience stores operated by major retail chains. These additions reflect growing confidence in the area's potential, not just as a bypass, but as a future hub of connectivity and commerce. For locals and visitors alike, the diversion road is a symbol of Butuan's evolving infrastructure. It's a road built not just for convenience, but for vision. And as more people discover its value, it continues to shape how Butuan moves, forward, efficiently, and with purpose.
Sinanay ako ganun na istorya sa nanay. Ang dami. Diyan na uning, galino. Ang pinagdiamping siya na kadiya na sa gawas. Si Mandy siya na nakikinig ko kasi. Saka si Mandy ka nang bayad man ng sonate ko. Sige ma'am, manawag ako sa imo na dyan ang pag-abot dito sa Butuan. Mag-update na ako. Mag-update na ako. Sige, bye-bye.
Pa ako din ada pirmi masakiran.
Ha?
Pirmi masakiran.
Ano sa?
Kani
Filmi ma?
sakiran siko. Anak nang tak ko diha.
Filmi sa siko?
We experienced traffic along the alternative road, a detour taken because the main bridge leading to the center of Butuan had been declared structurally weak. Authorities had restricted access, fearing it might be compromised after a moderately strong earthquake struck the region just a few minutes before our journey began. The tremor, though brief, raised concerns about the bridge's stability, prompting the rerouting of vehicles through less familiar paths. As we moved slowly along this alternate route, the congestion became more apparent. Private cars, passenger vans, and buses all sharing a narrower road not designed for such volume. The pace was sluggish but understandable given the circumstances. Despite the delay, there was a quiet sense of cooperation among drivers, each navigating the situation with patience. It was a reminder of how nature can subtly shift the rhythm of daily life and how communities adapt, finding new ways forward even when the usual paths become uncertain. We had already disembarked from the bus and hopped onto a tricycle bound for the apartel, since the bus wouldn't be passing through the downtown center of Butuan. The shift from highway to congested city streets marked a noticeable change in pace. As the tricycle weaved through traffic, we felt the final stretch of our journey begin, drawing us closer to a place of rest tucked quietly within the heart of the city. Butuan City is a fast-rising urban center in the northern part of Mindanao, proudly carrying the slogan Butuan On, a rallying call that reflects its commitment to progress, innovation, and inclusive growth. Known as the gateway to the Caraga region, Butuan is not only rich in history but also dynamic in its economic transformation. Strategically located along major transport corridors, Butuan serves as a regional hub for trade, logistics, education, and governance. Its economy is anchored in a mix of agriculture, commerce, services, and emerging industries. The city is a key player in rice and coconut production, while also supporting a vibrant retail sector, financial services, and small to medium enterprises. With the presence of Caraga State University, Butuan also fosters a growing knowledge economy, attracting students, researchers, and tech innovators. The city government envisions Butuan as a vibrant, competitive, livable, sustainable, and smart eco-city, aiming to become a great hub of opportunity that supports Caraga's long-term development. Infrastructure projects, energy planning, and land use strategies are being aligned to support this vision, including the Butuan City Energy Development Plan 2023-2050, which promotes renewable energy and low-carbon growth. Commercial expansion is evident in the rise of new subdivisions, malls, transport terminals, and business centers. The diversion road, airport access, and proximity to neighboring cities like Cagayan de Oro and Surigao further enhance Butuan's role as a regional connector. In every corner of the city, from its bustling downtown to its evolving barangays like Empayan, you can feel the pulse of a community that's not just growing, but growing with purpose. Butuan On isn't just a slogan, it's a movement, a declaration that Butuan is ready for the future, and the future is already unfolding. It was almost 4 in the afternoon when we began walking along the sidewalk, the sun casting long shadows across the pavement as the day slowly leaned into evening. The air was warm but gentle, and the city moved around us with a quiet hum. Motorists passing by, vendors closing out their final sales, and the occasional breeze rustling through roadside trees. As we approached the Travelers' Inn, our steps naturally slowed. The inn stood modestly at the corner, rising 4 stories high, welcoming guests with the quiet promise of rest. After a long day of travel, it felt like a gentle reward, a place to pause, to breathe, and to let the journey settle. We checked in with ease, greeted by staff whose warm smiles and simple hospitality made us feel instantly at home. Our room, though modest, was clean and comfortable, perfectly suited for two. Soft sheets, a working air conditioner, and the quiet hum of the city outside created a space where time seemed to soften. As night approached, we let go of the road's momentum. Bags unpacked, shoes off, we settled into the stillness. Just before sleep, we stepped out once more to find a nearby food chain, a simple meal to fill our stomachs and close the day with quiet satisfaction. The Traveler's Inn wasn't just a place to sleep. It became a gentle chapter in our journey, a space where movement gave way to reflection, and where the road paused just long enough for us to rest, recharge, and prepare for whatever lay ahead. Please comment down below what's in your mind. Thank you for taking time with us.